Hello, hello. This is Melissa Brown, your soul love coach. And I apologize that we are starting about 15 minutes late, all because a sister was trying to be fancy. I was trying to make sure we did not have the technical issues that we were having last night, and we just ended up having even more. So we're just going to try it our traditional way. And I know the last couple of nights, it seems like my sound when I'm using my phone has not been great. So if you can please let me know if I sound clear, if I sound muffled, let me know what it sounds like to you. And then I am going to add our beautiful guest for tonight, and we are going to get it started. Alicia is our guest. Alicia, what do I sound like on your end? Yay. I'm hoping that heart means it's all good. And Alithia, I see you're in the room. So if you can give me a thumbs up if possible, if it sounds good. Yay, yay, yay. Awesome. Awesome. That's what I want to hear. That is what I want to hear. And so let me do what I have to do to add you to this conversation, Alicia. Um, can you guys excuse my arm that is probably over the camera? Come on now. Uh-oh. There we go. So Alicia, if you can request to be added, yes. And you shortly. All right. So, Alithia, I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for your generous, lovely post.
I'm rotating my phone, so give me a moment here. It told me to rotate my phone.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're looking good. You're looking good.
Oh, I love it. I have a stand, so I want to make sure everything is steady. Okay. How's
Okay.
that?
Okay, that looks good to me. And
Okay. Okay.
yeah, again, the sound isn't as great as when we were trying to do this through our computer, but it's not as crazy as what it was last night. So
Right. I'm just turning my volume up too, so excuse my hand, everybody. Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
well, thank you, Alicia. Everyone, meet Alicia.
Hello. Hello.
This is the third sister that I am sharing with you guys. She is just a wonderful spirit, and I know that you're going to pick that up from her as soon as she begins to share. As you can see, she has that big smile. She's just a super radiant personality, and I met Alicia. We were roomies together, actually, at a retreat, personal development coaching, for bountiful women,
Yes.
ego-minded women. uh, we met a few years ago, and I have really been in love since. I call her.
Mm.
I think I might be older than you, but I still call you my big sister.
It's all good. I take it. Yes.
And she is one of my sisters that is from the West Coast. So, like I said, you guys, this emotional detox is touching people, I can say, all over the country because I do have
Yes.
ladies that are from the North, the South, all across the country. This last group, literally, even in the middle in Texas. So, so we
There
had
you go.
a fabulous time, and I wanted to bring Alicia to you because what I've tried to do is bring different women with different voices, who are coming kind of with some different background, so that regardless of what place in life you are, you can see I am that woman. Okay.
That's right.
and
I
so
love it.
like I said, Alicia has such a bubbly and a smiley personality. Every time I have seen her, whether it's virtually or in person, she is just a person who is so full of love and just a big hearted woman. And so when she reached out to me saying, you know what, Melissa, I think I need this emotional detox. Again, you never know. You never know. And even though we see people smile on the outside, even though we know how to be happy. And again, it's not that we're being fake or any of that. It's just we just do what we do. We just do what we
Yes.
do. And so, but at the same time, there are some things and places on the inside of us that sometimes call for more, where sometimes we need the love we give away. As we talked about last night, you know, sometimes the thing that we are doing so much for others and giving to others is the thing that we need the most. And so,
Yes.
Alicia, if you could just kind of share, you're very successful in terms of business, but
Mm-hmm.
personally, where were you in, you know, where were you in terms of feeling like, you know what, I need this for me?
Oh, what that beautiful question. And you know, it's really funny, Melissa, because when you first were starting the emotional detox the very first time, you know, I was like, huh, okay, so let's see what this is about, you know. And you know, when I identified that it was something that I needed was in the dialogue each day, the
Yeah.
work, when you would come on and you would, you know, you would have the discussion and we would do the work. And I was like, ooh, ooh, you know, it was like, ooh, you realize, oh, this is me. This
Yeah.
is for me.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest pieces that really spoke to me in the first 5 days when you were really digging in was just that piece of, you know, you hit on Marianne Williamson with these really the weight.
Yeah.
And I knew that, and you know my story, when I had really shed some, it was just, I had shed a lot of weight and I was really uplifted. And it was in that conversation where I realized, wow, I have put this weight on again and I am depleted. I am tired. I am not jovial. I am not myself. So I knew that something needed to change. And then that's when I knew this was where I needed to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you can kind of talk about for you what you discovered about your soul wound, because it's a
Yeah.
major soul wound that so many women have, particularly for those women, which I would say really is about 90% of the women who raise their hand and say, Melissa, I need to work with you, where you can be, you know, just an achiever, a high achiever, where you're pursuing your career, you're doing all this stuff. But what did you actually discover about you in terms of what was some of that, what was underneath that in terms of your soul wound and your drivenness and all that ambition?
Yes. What did you help me uncover
Yeah.
that I was like, what? You know, what I really came to realize is the drive and all of the doing was the covering, was the
Yes.
band-aid, was the gauze that I just kept sticking into the wound. Okay, I'm just going to stay busier. I'm just going to do more. Oh, I just have to do this. I have to do that. So it was really it was really, I found that I was, quote, creating this place of security, right,
Right.
in staying busy. And through working with you, you helped me to understand that my soul wound was around security. You know,
Yeah.
that was mine. It was around security. I had never thought of it like that before. And then through doing the work, I started realizing, oh, it showed up in my first marriage, you know, how I was seeking this security and then it didn't turn out that way.
Mhm.
And then so it's like, okay, so I have to do, I have to do, I have to create, I have to make this security. And so, and
Yes.
then in every relationship, I need to find this security, you know,
Mhm.
that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for security. And so it really started out really though from a young age, you
Yeah.
know, young age where you feel insecure, you feel that somebody has, you may not even have the words at that young age, but somebody has absolutely done something to you. You have experienced a trauma, an emotional trauma, and that's where it arose from. And my trauma was really pretty deep, and I'm not going to share it here, but Melissa has my permission should you reach out to her and you want to know a little bit more about the trauma I experienced. She has my permission to share that with you. I'm not going to share it on this live because it is very personal, but it was in this conversation with Melissa and her working with the other women that I was able to understand that the security that I was seeking and going after and going to get and find was an illusion.
Right.
It was an illusion. I was
Right.
chasing an illusion.
And what I want you guys to get, because in the deeper work that we're going to do starting Monday, for everybody who's watching this, what Alicia is talking about is similar to what I talked about earlier this week or last week when we were actually in our day-to-day kind of working. And so one of the things that happens with the soul wound of chaos, and chaos can be anything, but chaos is where you don't know what to expect. Chaos is where somebody shakes your world and it can come in many different forms, but it threatens your safety and security. And so I talked about people feeling like, I got to hold on to this. I got to hold on to this. And so one of the things that Alicia, and I would love for you to speak to this even more. It's like the more you are trying to get a thing, it's almost like the more it eludes you. So the safer you try to be, the safer you try to make yourself, the less safe you become.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
you're chasing it, just like you said. It's like, so here's one example. You chase, okay, I got to chase the dollar. I got to chase that because that dollar is going to bring me security. It's going to set me up. So I'm going to chase that dollar. Okay, wait, when is it ever enough? And then, okay, now I'm chasing this particular possible client. I'm chasing this particular possible opportunity, and I'm chasing this one, and I'm chasing this one, and I have to get that one. So there's never enough.
Right.
It was never enough.
Yeah.
And so I had to make a decision to stop chasing and choose.
Yes, there you go. Say that, Alicia.
Yes.
Stop chasing and choose.
Yes.
Because again, you are running after a shadow. Because one of the things that, and I remember it like yesterday, while we were doing our group work, and it's like you could see the light bulb come on in you. And it was kind of an emotional moment, because I've already told you all, those that have signed up, get ready, because it is a little bit like church. A little bit like church, a little bit like therapy, a little bit like sister girl time. And so
that's right.
And so being in that moment where the light bulb clicks, because where was your safety and security all along?
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me. Yeah. And my father.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, and this is one of the things I shared in our 5-day, that you can never meet a spiritual need in an outside way, with an outside method. You cannot meet the inner need searching for things outside of you or grabbing things in the material. Spirit must meet spirit. And safety and security is a spiritual need.
It is.
Most of us don't even recognize that.
I didn't.
Because how do you now define what it means to be safe, Alicia?
Oh, so my definition of safety now is my walk and my relationship resting in Him. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
That is what safety is. It is resting in him with faith and belief, and understanding that I can do more with him than against him. And you know what else came? Just let me tell you what else came. I was trying to do God's work
Yeah.
without God. What?
There you go. Say a little bit more about that, because again, Alicia
Yes.
is an entrepreneur. And like I said, so, she's a coach and she's coaching other coaches. She's a speaker, so she's running all around the country. And that's why I said it can be so deceiving. And I'm speaking
Yes.
to all of us we are gifted. I'm speaking to every woman who is on here who is gifted. And I heard a preacher say this before. She said, we think something is wrong only when you can't operate in your gift. But what she said is your gift is the last thing to go. That's not what you got to pay attention to, because God will be faithful to the gift that is in you because of the people that it's meant for. But it is your
Yes.
job to be a good steward over the vessel that carries the gift.
Yes. Amen. And that is where I was falling short. And the vessel is my body also. My body, I was not caring for my body, my physical vessel, the way I should. I was not caring for my inner vessel the way I should. There were things that I had let go of. There were sacred rituals and things that as I stepped back into, really, God brought me back into remembrance. Let me remind you when you were in your excellence, what that looked like. So he had to bring me back and remind me, baby, my child, your excellence was the me in you being exuding. And so I had to go, oh my goodness, I had to realize what I had omitted. And what I had allowed to come in and take space in place of,
there you go,
my source.
And that's the detox. Because when there is so much on us, because really whenever we are chasing, there is a fear. And the fear is the toxic. That is an emotional toxicity that comes into the space where God should be, and has you on a hamster wheel, running and chasing and trying to be and trying to, what else can I do? What else can I do? And because we are effective, I'm preaching to myself too. Because we are effective, we feel like it's all right. Because it's like, well, I'm still impacting people. I still rock the room. I still get this. But on the inside, what is your condition on the inside when you have fear taking up the space? When you have, when the love that Alicia exudes over the women that she touches and ministers to, there is no love left for you. That's when you know I need the detox. Because and so, Alicia, if you can speak a little bit about this, because again, I won't just say women, because I think it's every person, but every woman wants to be loved. And I know a lot of my ladies, we are like spirits. If my heart ain't right, ain't nothing right. As much as I love you all, and some of you guys that have been with me a while, y'all can discern it, and I might get a little message. You okay, Melissa? You all right? Because I might be on here, I might be smiling, I might be, but if there is disruption in my heart with the people I love, with the people I want to love me, it bleeds over into everything else. And so, so again, that need to be seen, to be heard, to be known, to feel safe. With the ones you love. And if that is not in place, what is in place?
Yeah. And I experienced some of that even, I'm married. I've been married for 12 years. And just even with my husband, we had to, this detox actually helped me to become more clear even in my communication with him. So bringing my voice forward, even with some of the needs and desires that I have, where we can have a better communication,
Yeah.
not easy, not overnight, to be clear,
Yeah.
ladies, be clear. It is a process, but it has allowed me to be in a space of peace
Yes.
where these conversations can happen at a higher level. And my husband is absolutely responsive
Yes.
to them.
Yes. Because
Hmm.
it didn't have the rare energy all
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah. You can say that again, because there was the rare energy for real.
But
Yes.
again,
Yes.
because when we are empty, when you are not full, and I said this to Alicia in a conversation the other day, because she is so radiant. Not that she wasn't before, but I can physically see the difference in her
Hmm.
shine and in her,
Hmm.
just your magnetism since doing the detox. And
Yes.
and I was like, wow, something is going on over there. And I know you had a huge breakthrough, as
Hmm.
you talked about, with communication, because
Yes.
when we do not have communications with certain people we love as a child, our
Yes.
need for that communication doesn't, or I should say understanding, or trying to figure out why was our relationship like this, it doesn't go anywhere. And
Yeah.
so, Alicia, just talk a little bit about learning how to separate out whose stuff belonged to whose, so that you could
Woo.
have an effective
Woo.
conversation with the man in your life, your husband,
Yeah.
without thinking about
Yeah.
all the stuff your father did or thinking about stuff that another man
Yeah.
did, and learning how to
Right.
separate what belongs to who, because it's not all just
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. Ooh, that is phenomenal, Melissa. And really that process came with doing the work, came with showing up, came with playing full out, even in the pain, because there is pain, because there are realizations, there are things that we have really pushed down deep that we just go keep trucking along.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay, I'm good. And that, I realized that had become my mode. I had stepped into the mode of, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I got this, I got this. So I realized that some of the things that I was actually experiencing, I had a role to play in some of
Yeah.
that, right? We
Yeah.
have to be accountable. That I had a role to play in some of the different dialogues and conversations that were taking place. So that was a big epiphany. But in that realization, so in that space of realization, there was still the realization that, whoa, that is not mine. That doesn't belong to me. I was unable to control that.
Yeah.
This is not my responsibility, but I can have a conversation with you around, in love,
Yes.
what that felt like for me, how that affected me as
Yes.
a child into adulthood.
Yes.
I could have a very high level conversation that, without blame,
Yes.
without anything of that nature, in complete love, hold the space and 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 say what needs to be said, but from this place of being full in my heart. So I wasn't looking to
Yes.
be
You weren't
fed
needing
anything.
anything.
No,
Yes.
nothing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that this emotional detox allowed me the opportunity and the space and the avenue to commute, to dialogue, and kind of sort these things out,
Mhm.
and then be with them, and then have the opportunity to say, oh, that is not mine.
Right. Right. And this
That,
is
yeah.
this is a point that I want listeners to hear. When you are safe and secure within yourself, you don't need whoever you're talking to, whether it's a conversation with your dad, whether it's a conversation with the man in your life or your children. You don't need them to be anything for you.
Right.
So it changes the whole dynamic of the conversation when you're not saying, validate me, make me safe, make me okay with what I feel. I am
Yeah.
already okay with everything I feel. I am just
Yes.
opening it up to you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's an invitation. It's a
Yeah.
complete invitation. That's it. And it's just, and that's how I viewed it. It was just this invitation. It was very open. There was no, it didn't have to be a certain way, like you said. And, and I felt full power. I felt
Yeah.
like I was fully in my divine power. I felt like, and I felt like oxygen coming back
Yes.
into my body, like
Yes.
literally,
Yes.
yes, like oxygen coming back into my body, like being awakened,
Yes.
awakened again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how did the fresh air that you have taken into your spirit, again, I call that, or the Bible calls that the ruach, the breath of God, literally
Ooh. Ooh.
coming back into your spirit. How has that just breathed new life into everything? It has just been, like I said, I can't take any credit because I know this is a God thing, but it has been amazing watching God work in all of these
Mm.
ladies' lives when I get these
Yeah.
calls that are like, guess what, this happened? Guess what, that happened? And so, what kind of things have been opening up now that your heart is open?
Oh my gosh. So one big thing, that this is the first platform that I'm sharing it publicly, is that I received a call from NASA.
Wow. Go ahead,
So I will,
astronaut.
yes, so I will be speaking at NASA in 2020. So
Yes.
opportunities have opened up that I wasn't even seeking.
Yes.
My name was given and she called me. So that's one amazing opportunity. My health, I have like there is a new renewed spirit in me to really put my health first. I've been getting up, I've been working
Yes.
out. I have, and I feel so good. My relationship with God, my time with him, us really, kind of coming together more, and me just talking to him, creating my relationship with him again, renewing it, strengthening it, coming, repenting, and him like hit the Holy Spirit like, baby, okay, we're good, let's go, we got work to do. You've repented, I hear you, it's clean, let's go.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
just, so my relationship with God is just woo, just going, girl, it is just elevating. Just even like my communication with my husband is just getting better. I find my voice, because sometimes we will just we just will stop talking because we're just like, I don't want no mess, I don't. But
Right.
what I'm finding is that even in the communication, even in the tough communication, it's my stature, holding my composure, not being confrontational, like, because I can be, I can come for you, let me just be
Right.
clear.
Right.
So just really being, watching myself, watching how do I want this interaction to take place, and framing that. So really seeing that I have this, like this composure that
Yes.
has come over me, that I'm loving. And the way that he and I are even interacting, like I said, it's a process, it's a continuous journey, but even the way he and I are interacting, he is just so open to, like, it's just so beautiful, just with how we're communicating.
Yes.
And just even just it just feels so good. My bank account's expanding. Okay,
Yes.
let's talk
Everything
about
is
that, because folks
expanding.
folks want to
Everything
know
is
that.
expanding.
Everything is expanding. Territory, opportunities, amazing possibilities with amazing people, conversations, just so many things that are not of me. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yes.
So just
Because this
beautiful,
is the
because I said
thing.
yes.
This is the thing
Mm-hmm.
that I don't think we understand, like I said, because a lot of times we're just keeping it moving, we're still going. But if your energy has been affected, and again,
Yes.
when your heart is closed, when you are starting to build walls, when you're not having conversations with the people, but you're having them in your head, you begin to close and narrow the doorway
Yes.
for God to move abundantly, for you to even move abundantly. And so for
Yes.
people who feel like, why does it feel like my life is closing in and I just keep trying harder and trying harder and trying harder, that is not the solution. Sometimes the solution is to stop trying, as you said.
Yes. Amen.
That you're going to stop trying and you begin to surrender and you begin to
Yes.
allow. That you allow
Yes.
God to move. You
Yes.
allow God to bless
Yes.
you as opposed to trying to create your blessing.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All
And
of that. And beautiful.
now, Alicia, I didn't tell you this before we got online, but since I have so many folks that are in the DC area, Alicia has a conference that's coming up next month in September.
Yes.
And so, like
Yes.
I said, if I were home, I would be there. I would show
Oh,
enough
yes.
be in the place. But talk about transcend, and because again, now that she has done her work, and this is why this is so powerful, you ladies, because for all of you that are doing any kind of women's empowerment work, or you're working with ladies in any capacity, it could even be a book club, whatever it is, if you want to make an impact, again, it has to flow through you. It is not
Yes.
in your doing and you're putting stuff together and I'm a great planner and I'm a great this. It has to flow through your spirit. So your spirit has to be clean. There has to be
Yes.
room for the ruach, the breath of God, to breathe and flow through you so it gets on other people. And so I
Yes.
already know that there is going to be a high elevation. And where you gonna be, Crystal City, somewhere in Northern Virginia?
We're in Virginia. We're in Arlington.
Arlington. Y'all are going to the high place. So, Alicia, talk a little bit about the conference and what your vision is for that, because I know it's gonna be awesome.
Thank you. Wow, Melissa. So yes, Transcend is September 20 through 22nd next month at the Hilton in Arlington, Virginia. And remind you, this is God's work because I live in San Diego. Okay.
Yes.
So this is me being obedient and taking this where God is guiding me. And so Transcend is very true to its name. We operate in transcendence. We are going to our next level. We are going to a place that is so beyond anything we can imagine. And so Transcend is a space of cultivation, incubation, collaboration.
Yes.
And it is just amazing women, leaders who come together and we deal with you as the leader. We're all dealing with teams and other people all the time. How about a space where we can deal with ourselves? We can deal with our own leadership, because everything at the end, beginning, and middle of the day is about your leadership. You're not going to have a thriving business if you are not sharpening your skill set. You are not going to have a thriving career if you're showing up angry, mad, cussing people out. That's just not going to happen, So Transcend is about the cultivation of you as a leader. Listen, we live in a digital age. Your digital leadership, your imagery, how you show up, how you present, and then your visibility. How are others perceiving you?
Yes.
And how are others receiving you?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's what Transcend is about. It's all about just women coming together and supporting women, supporting the vision, collaborations, like I said, taking place that are beyond this world. I have 3 people that met at my other event, and they've created a whole business system, and they are off to the races doing amazing things in this world.
That's what happens when women get
Yes.
in a room together. Serious
Yes.
collaboration, serious connection,
Yes.
sisterhood, and
Yes.
and Alicia, I will definitely make sure that I share any kind of registration links or whatever you have on my
Thank
pages
you.
for anybody who's watching this and is interested in attending or just wants to go be in Alicia's space. Because like I said, she is
Yes, come
very
on.
magnetic energy.
Come on and
um,
hang.
but this is before I let you go, and just thank you again for sharing yourself with all of
Yes.
the lovely women who are watching this and will see this on replay. But this is a thing that I have said to Alicia and to all of the ladies, and she really embodies it now. I really, this is such a God thing, because what I said is, what you have been assigned to teach, you yourself you must learn it at the deepest levels. And so for
Woo.
Alicia, because I knew she was working on this conference, there were some things that she had to transcend at a deep
Mm.
level, at a deep level. Her ability to, like you said, how I show up, how I am
Yes.
seen, how I am
Yes.
received, not just by the business world, but by her husband, by her children, by her friends,
Yes.
what she
Yes.
allows in her space, the kind of personal relationship she has. It had to be transcended, because she has
Yes.
a divine appointment in Arlington, Virginia in September, and God knew that.
Yes.
So that's
Woo.
why I
Mm.
said, I already know it is going to be a powerful weekend, a
Mm.
spiritual
Mm.
elevation, because
Yes.
the leader has done her work.
Yes, ma'am.
So for all of you again that are kind of like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna work on me, but let me get this program out. Let me get this out. Let me just do this. God is not gonna
Yeah.
bless mess.
Yeah.
And so
Girl, gotta be, girl. Hallelujah.
God doesn't bless mess. And so you got to
Yes.
make sure the vessel is prepared for what God wants to bring through you. And you cannot
Yeah.
circumvent the process. You cannot go around the process. You cannot work hard enough to outwork God. So, so again, I
Hello.
hope that you are hearing and seeing the beauty, the radiance, the abundance, really, that has
Yes.
shown up for my beautiful sister here, um, because she took the time to really, and it's a humbling thing too, because like I said, for those of us who are gifted, because it's amazing even what the emotional detox has turned into, because I didn't want to do it. But you know, God compels me. God was like, oh, you gonna
Yes.
do it. I was like, but I need to
Yeah.
work on me first. I'm not trying to put this out there. I'm not trying to be all online. Let me lose my 20 pounds before I start
Yeah.
talking about weights on your
Girl.
mind. And God's like, no,
Yes.
you're gonna do it with them. You're gonna be transparent. You're gonna put it all out there, soul love coach. And I was like,
I
oh.
love it. I love it.
So again, Alicia, thank you for your obedience and for doing your
Yes.
work. And I know the women who you are touching will be so much richer and
Mm.
better because
Thank you.
you did
Thank
your
you.
work. You transcended. So
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I have one. Can I just end with one thing I do want to say? I
yes,
just have one thing
absolutely.
I'd like to say. You know, you are so, it is so profound. You told me in the beginning, you said, Alicia, you must go through it. You told me that. I mean, day one, first conversation. And I was like, well, you know, I don't want to go through it. And it was so, you were so absolutely right on. And as I went through it, there was more that was revealed, more that was revealed, more that opened up, because I was able to process and work through it and receive it in a way that I could transmute it, that God would help me transmute it into something for his goodness and his
Yes,
grace.
absolutely.
And so you're right. We want to take people from here to there. we must be first in line. We
Yes.
must be first.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you for that, Melissa. Thank you. And for
Absolutely.
holding the space and believing in all of us, the sisterhood that you helped to incubate. I just want to tell you, ladies, the space that is this sacred, it's a sacred space. I mean, there were things that were just, we could just share in love and be supported, and you felt your sisters just loving you. It
Mhm.
was just so much love and honor, and we don't have places like that really readily available in today's world.
Yeah.
So I want to implore you, if you even have an inkling, that just even a side, that just a little teeny inkling that this is where you need to be, let me guarantee you, it's where you need to be. And it's where you will find a new sisterhood, new
Yes.
love,
Yes.
and a new you every day you say
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Oh,
So thank you.
yes.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Melissa.
Awesome.
Yes.
Like I said, y'all just warm my heart. Y'all make my whole life.
Mm. Well, I love you. Thank you
Well,
for having me.
yes. So, all right, you all. Like I said, I'm going to share Alicia's information since I know she's going to be in the DMV in September. My West Coast girl coming to the East Coast, and I know she's going to be a blessing. I will. For those of you that know, we're starting Monday. Monday, the Emotional Detox Deep Dive. We are hitting it. If you know you need to be there, like Alicia said, message me. If you got questions, let's talk it through. Talk it through. Do
There
not
you go.
opt out. Do not opt out on
Mm.
yourself, and make this the year that you say, you know what, here we go. We're going through.
Yeah.
We're going through.
Yeah. I
Um,
love it.
so blessings to all of you. And like I said, Alicia, thank you. Thank you so very much. And y'all share this, especially if you know another sister who is trying to do women's work, trying to do women's empowerment, but she got her
Yes.
own, she really needs to be empowered herself. Share this with
Yes.
her so that she might really understand what's possible when she does her own work. So
Yes.
much love
So
to you
real.
guys. All right. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.